Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. First off, don't panic. While any code related to oil pressure sounds scary, P0521 is often more of a logical puzzle than a catastrophic failure. Essentially, your vehicle's computer, the ECM, is saying that the oil pressure reading it's getting from the sensor doesn't make sense. It's like your friend telling you they ran a marathon in 2 minutes. The number is just not plausible for the situation. So, how does the ECM decide what's plausible? It constantly compares the oil pressure reading to a set of expected values based on factors like engine speed, or RPMs, and engine temperature. For example, when you first start your cold engine, the oil is thick, and the pressure should be high. As the engine warms up and you're idling, the oil thins out, and the pressure should naturally drop to a lower, stable level. When you accelerate, the pressure should rise again with the RPM. The P0521 code gets triggered when the ECM sees a reading that falls outside this expected range. It's not necessarily saying the pressure is too high or too low in a dangerous way. Instead, it's flagging the reading as irrational. For instance, if the engine is at 3000 RPM, but the sensor is reporting an oil pressure you'd expect at idle, that's a red flag for the computer. It knows something is off with the data it's receiving. Now, what causes this? The most common culprit, by far, is the oil pressure sensor itself. These sensors can fail internally, get clogged with sludge, or the wiring connected to them can become damaged, frayed, or corroded. This is especially true if the sensor is located in a spot that's exposed to a lot of heat and vibration, like down near the oil filter on many GM engines. Another very frequent cause is something you have direct control over: the engine oil. Using the wrong type of oil, say a much thicker viscosity than what Buick specifies, can cause the pressure to be higher than expected, especially when cold. Similarly, if your oil is extremely old, broken down, and full of sludge, it can clog the tiny passages leading to the sensor, or even the sensor screen itself, giving a false reading. An incorrect or clogged oil filter can also restrict flow and throw off the pressure readings. Less commonly, the issue could be with the wiring harness or the connector to the sensor. A loose connection or a damaged wire can create intermittent signals that the ECM will interpret as an error. And in rare cases, the problem might actually be mechanical. Things like a sticking oil pressure relief valve in the oil pump can cause pressure irregularities that trigger the code. While it is possible that there is a genuine low or high oil pressure problem due to a failing oil pump or worn engine bearings, P0521 usually points to a sensor or data issue first. So, how do you tackle this? Start with the basics. Check your oil level and condition. When was your last oil change? Are you using the correct oil and a quality filter recommended for your Buick? This is the cheapest and easiest first step. If your oil is due for a change, do it. If the oil is fine, the next logical step is to inspect the oil pressure sensor and its connector. Look for any signs of oil leakage from the sensor itself, which is a sure sign it's failing. Check the wiring for any visible damage. If everything looks okay visually, the sensor is still the prime suspect. They are a known failure item and are relatively inexpensive to replace. For many DIRs, this is a manageable job, though the sensor's location can sometimes make it tricky to access. After replacing the sensor, clear the code and drive the vehicle. If the code doesn't return, problem solved. If it does come back, then it's time for more advanced diagnostics, which might involve manually checking the oil pressure with a mechanical gauge to verify if the pressure is actually out of spec, or if it's an electrical issue further up the line. In short, P0521 is the ECM telling you the oil pressure numbers don't add up. 9 times out of 10, it's related to the sensor, the oil, or T-filter. Always start with the simple stuff before assuming the worst. I hope this helped you understand the P0521 code a little better. If you've dealt with this before, drop a comment below and let us know what your fix was. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more automotive tips and tricks. Thanks for watching.